why are we arguing about that? Okay, it's gonna happen, just be happy. Thank you.
Mike Graziano, 3 Lark Street. So, a lot of towns have already had building moratoriums in, right? Do we have to reinvent can't we look at some of the stuff that they've already done?
We actually have 2 that we're looking at.
We've had it. So do we have to, I mean, I'm just saying, I understand, include everything, water, everything, but it's gotta be listed somewhere to kind of
We have
You have it?
Yes,
Okay.
we have 2 that we're working on.
Okay.
And we're trying to pull
So it's not
elements
like,
But it doesn't happen overnight, like, it doesn't happen like that.
what do you want in a moratorium?
No,
Well, lot size, things like that.
exactly.
So,
I don't know what you think I do here all day.
no, Joe, I have a lot of respect for you, Joe. I know you work hard, and I appreciate everything you do for the village. I really do, and the entire board. So it's not anything personal. I'm just trying to explain, the way, I guess people are anxious because of
We're
everything,
anxious
all the
too.
building that's
We
going
are.
on.
We're not-
We understand the temperature in
Yeah.
Orange County
Yeah.
is almost to the boiling point. We get it. But like you said, and hopefully we can have this conversation further, okay? We need to make sure that all our I's are dotted and T's are crossed. It's simple. Okay?
So the moratorium, like you're saying, would probably go into effect before the beginning, by the end of this year, and there are applications that come, they will not be affected by the moratorium, correct?
The ones that are already on the table.
Right now, but
Correct.
between now and whenever that gets put in place, I think that's what the concern is. Not
Right,
to
and we're
rush
going to try to do things
haphazardly.
as fast
but
as
the-
possible.
Sorry?
We are going to try to get the moratorium set up as fast as possible. If we told you a date and we don't stick to it, you'll
I
hang us.
understand that.
So we can't,
I'm
we don't.
hoping to have it done by November.
Yeah, but it's like, so November, if we don't have it, are you gonna?
What's that?
Not by November.
No,
It's sometime in November.
sometime in November.
Maybe, is there some fine language somewhere that might protect us while we're working on the language of the moratorium? That if somebody comes with an application, that it does, we're protected in some way until that gets put into place?
You're looking at your protection right there.
Yeah, we're not.
They gotta protect you.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I dare say the word trust us, but I won't even waste my time. I don't even know what to say. Yeah,
No loopholes. You can't have any loopholes.
I think our
Yeah,
message
I mean-
They'll find the loophole.
from this afternoon, this evening, I'm sorry, from last month.
yeah.
Let Jim talk.
Should we go to non-agenda items?
Jim, you want to finish?
I would like to, thank you.
Yeah, please.
What I'm saying is that after the meeting and meeting with them on last Tuesday, we came here today and we said we put a moratorium, we're not entertaining OCT. I think the message should be clear that we're not accepting OCT. So if BAT shows up, I think you can assume that we probably would not accept BAT at this point, but we have to listen to them.
Patrice Gessner, 7 Puritan. I'm a Gemini. I see both sides of the coin all the time. I started on this side of the coin. But I just want to let you know that from hearing from what I've heard and by being at the middle school as well, you've instilled some faith, and I think we need to take a step closer. Take a step closer, we will all be one. But it's going to take some faith. It's going to take some faith.
Thank you.
So,
Non-agenda
yes.
item. Wait, do you have some
I do.
agenda or non-agenda?
Non-agenda.
Okay.
No.
Sue,
Susan.
Ms. Wilson.
Okay, since the creek is still low, down by the old Village Hall parking lot, it's a very steep embankment. At the bottom of that embankment is a rusted engine. I can't pick it up out of there, otherwise I would. Maybe the DPW can winch it out for us and clean up that part of the creek. Would be really nice. My second thing is the village website still lists Linda Standish as the village historian. And did anybody attend the Association of Municipal Historians conference in September? Since we don't have one, and will somebody be going to the Association of Towns meeting in November?
Cities and towns. We were thinking of a
But
thinking of the gentleman right now for village historian.
okay, but is somebody from this board gonna go to the Association of Towns December, I think it's November meeting?
Towns, villages, and
Yeah, that's like.
I
used to be
usually attend
Manhattan.
them, because I love to be with politicians.
It's not just politicians, there are learning and breakout sessions to it, it's a lot
No,
more
this
than that.
is, so it's a whole different meeting. The meetings I've been attending have, you stand around with a drink in your hand, and you tell people what they want to hear, and then you sit down for a dinner and you go home. So I'll look into that other.
Years ago, I worked for the statewide association of municipal historians. I actually helped them publish books, so I've been to those meetings. And the ones that I've been to were not sitting around tea parties or cocktail hours.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Hi, my name is Jolie Zara, 71 West Main Street, and I wanted to bring up like little things. One is something going back to February. I received, it's kind of like a violation, but it's a fee for having somebody chop and shovel ice and sleet from my sidewalk and salt it. I looked the things up since then, and I'm supposed to have seen the board within 30 days, I guess, of getting a levy on my property. I don't know if the 30 days passed, if the levy happened yet, but I'm being billed for it. I never got notice for 2 months that it even happened. When it happened, it was February 27th. I do have, I guess, an excuse, I wasn't home, but it also says that I can ask to have a hearing. Do you mind just a couple of seconds so I can present what it is, or I don't know how to handle it. So,
I don't either.
well, because we didn't get notice for 2 months. I got like an invoice,
Well,
basically.
you're not gonna have a hearing now.
Well, should I request a hearing, or should I just present? I'm not sure. It says that I can present it if the Board of Trustees allows it. But it was supposed to be done 30 days of the date such penalty is levied. I don't know if that date is when it happened, or if that date is when the taxes happen next year.
Good question. So what we will do is I'll look into that, and somebody would be in contact with you.
Okay, because I do have, we were out of town, but I have my credit card statement, and actually had come home that day to realize, well, it was the night before, but we had ice, and we were supposed to have somebody take the garbage cans in, whatever. But I even have like my receipt from Home Depot from that, literally that day. But anyway, so that would be helpful. The second thing is most of what I found out about that day wasn't for a few months. I had to FOIL the information, and that information was on a FOIL request that I had to pay for. I got an invoice for that, which was paid. It was said that within the 4 questions that could be answered on that FOIL, those 4 out of, I think it was 8 questions, and anything over 2 hours worth of work is supposed to be billed. So it was 2.5 hours that it took to answer those questions. I'm not sure why, but it was never fully answered. Part of my FOIL request was not only who removed the snow and chopped the ice, etc., on the sidewalk, but was also the name of the person who observed that happening, etc. But also a list of all agents, outside vendors, and companies used for chopping and shoveling ice and sleet, salting sidewalks, and removing snow from and for the village of Washingtonville, and I never received that list. So it was supposed to have been done within 30 days. I did get the other answers, but I never got the actual answers answered. So I still haven't gotten it. The reason why I want a list of who removes all this stuff is that we have I don't know who removes it, but they plow my driveway to get to the water department behind, and they constantly, like literally, we only have the house 2 years, but when they push the snow out, they're covering our sidewalk anyway. So I wanted to be able to have that list so I could make sure and contact everybody before the winter this year to make sure that that doesn't happen, especially because I just got this fined for not removing the snow and ice from the sidewalk. I'm not saying that they did it this year, but past years they have. So I just wanted to have the list, but I never got it. So either I'd like the list or I'd like my money back for paying for the information I never received. It was $61.50. So I figure I can bring that here. I don't know where else to bring that to.
Probably here,
Okay,
so
but the
I'll
foil
look
was,
into that.
okay, and then one last little teeny thing. I didn't really present it, but it was presented last year, October 4th. I saw it on a Zoom. I had wanted to, well, I was told to take out a driveway permit to add parking area in the front and the side of my house. And ever since, it just bugs me that not all the information was correct on that video. And either one of the gentlemen, I'm not sure who it was, but on the video itself, a voice was heard asking a question. It's either Trustee Kalar or, well, they're both similar, Kalar and Kalar? Kalar, I'm sorry. So I'm not sure who asked the question, but somebody had asked the question, isn't that a residential area? When it came time that Mayor Bucko was presenting it to you, and Mayor Bucko answered, yes, it is. I just wanted to add that while it is in a residential area, my home on 71 West Main Street, I have Conklin Way as my driveway. I'm also R100, so I'm already permitted for a home profession, a business inside my house. So I just wanted to share that, just in case that mattered for some reason, because the question had been answered on the video, the Zoom, and it was just incorrect. Yes, it is a residential property, it's in a residential area, but it's zoned R100, which allows for a home business, home profession. Okay, that's all. Thank you. And I'm sorry, how do I follow up with you for the board's information on the foil and presenting?
I will have Christine check me.
Yes,
Return, get in touch with you.
that would be great. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Mike Rosino, 3 Lark Street. Is there any chance they could put some receptacles, like along Ahern or something? If I'm walking there and I pick up garbage and I have a place to throw it, is there a chance that they could put maybe some receptacles around the village? Other than, coming down Goshen Avenue from my house, or when I walk down Ahern or anything, is there any idea or any thought about putting in any trash receptacles anywhere?
I never had a thought of that.
No?
You walk from Goshen to Ahern?
Yes, I Goshen Avenue, but I don't look like I do, I cut back a little bit, but
From
I'm gonna.
Goshen to Ahern?
Goshen
Goshen
Avenue.
Avenue, yeah, I'm saying Goshen Avenue, that's what I'm talking
No,
about.
I
It's
walk
still
from-
alive, it's still alive.
Lark Street,
I walk
through
from
the
Goshen
cemetery,
to-
through the winery, down Ahern.
Mike, he walked.
So, I don't know. It might be something that.
Just call me, I'll pick
Consider.
you up and take you home, because
Okay.
I'm
No, I
tired of
like to
thinking
walk.
about it.
I like to- Something to consider.
Why are you walking?
Exercise.
That's the long
You're
walk.
bored. Good, so what board do you want to be on?
Oh, that
You make
comprehensive board
friends.
sounds
You
real
make friends when
interesting.
you're on a board.
Mike, why don't you join our walking group?
Oh, yeah, I saw you there. Yeah, I think about that. Mary always tells me.
Goshen
You're
Avenue.
walking on the sidewalk, I hope.
Of course.
Any other questions, concerns?
That's a good question, though.
Not agenda items.
Did you guys make any notifications on the curfew for Halloween?
7 o'clock.
You did? Okay.
That was in the announcements.
They were.
You don't listen.
Happened.
You know, you're like every other man on
Wake
this
up
earth.
yet.
You said it.
Yeah, I heard up before.
I always said men aren't the brightest of the species.
I know.
I have a question. I live on 15 Tower Hill Drive, and we need that road paved. Is that something that someone can look into?
Yes. Yeah. We are looking for the whole new drainage there also.
Okay.
I know somebody wanted to put a pipe from the home into the catch basin, I believe, right? Was that done? Was that ever done?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Another forgotten road. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. What
You're not
about,
sorry.
what about Ahern Boulevard right there when you come off of Tolman Road, or not Tolman, North Street?
North Street.
North Street. That section right there. My mom lives over in those, Stone Hill.
Yes.
Disaster.
We are
Are you
waiting
working
to
on it?
get prices of Ahern from North Tolman to Washington.
Okay.
All right, the DPW, Chris, and I see Carl here, took time, okay, for all the catch basins.
Yes, I saw
to
they were
replace, and I believe manholes. You know, there's a lot of things that have to be done prior to just putting down pavement.
Sure, sure,
Okay.
absolutely.
And, you know, we have a lot of outfalls that we were given time limit from the DEC. They've never been worked on, never mind maintained. First we have to do it, then we maintain it. All right, if you look on Ahern, or Newcastle rather, okay, it's not the prettiest site, but water is flowing. You have to get water out of people's yards, okay? Come up?
And Bull too.
And Bull, yes. You know, so it's not as easy as, I think we should just pave that.
No, I'm not saying that, I'm just asking the question. I'm not saying it had to be
I
done
took
tomorrow.
it at that you were not asking.
No, I'm just asking the question, is it on the list? Yes?
Everything's on the list, that's the
Okay.
sad part, it's a long
Okay.
list.
It's a long list.
I understand that. It's like getting a traffic light changed, or, you know, a new system. It's 20, you know, what they say, 6 years for the one down there?
Well, they're busy.
Yes, I understand that.
The state is very busy doing their thing.
I understand that, yeah.
Look at,
Jackson Avenue?
well, I would even go before that. Look at Ahern coming in. That's a state design, by the way. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. All that.
Okay, yeah. Only one car had come off, hit the stone wall.
Trail.
All right, a trailer, damaged the guardrail, hit the trailer, but let's not put guardrails up. Let's see how many people could go off the road first before it really becomes an issue. That's the state of New York.
Right.
Diana Jack Russo, 39 Woodfield Drive. There's no planning board at this point, right? So there is supposed to be a public hearing that was scheduled for the 25th. That was put in place at the last planning board meeting. What are we doing at this point without a board? What
No
happens?
hearing.
Sorry?
It's canceled, there's no hearing.
Well, it wasn't canceled, so that's why I'm asking. It's still up.
No, not yet, okay,
We have two members, you can't hold a meeting with that quorum.
Okay.
So-
It's still showing on the calendar.
It will be canceled.
Larissa, hurry up.
Hillary's got her work cut out for her.
No, I mean, Larissa does that.
Should we give the Yankee score?
Yes, they won.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he
know.
said they won.
I know, but just because that happened to me on
Is that your team?
1980
That was,
Is that his team? Is that your team?
Olympic team
Oh, I think it's not his team.
in pre-Caner, and the person came in and said, oh, by the way, the US beat the Russians. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. It was on tape recording later on that night.
so we just fast forward to the end.
Right, to see what the final score was. He didn't say what the score was.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, have a good night.
Make sure you stop by Gucci Plaza and tell them thank you for after dark.
Don't tell them the meeting.
Yes, you just
We just
Motion
said,
to dismiss?
yes.
yes, you are free to go.
No, but don't you have to have a
You
motion?
just
Yes,
said
I
it.
just
You
did.
said yes.
You said yes. Sir, you want to